Hi, this is Varun speaking. I consider myself as Simba's brother, rather his driver. Yeah, I actually kind of grew up quite compassionately because of my family, I guess. My mom was always compassionate about animals, and the way she grew up also, she kind of grew up with pets. But unfortunately, when I was growing up, I don't think I had any pets with me. But then I did have an opportunity to rescue a lot of animals and birds that actually, were fallen in the street and they required some kind of assistance. So that's the maximum that I think I could do, and I think that was the right thing to do because I wasn't self-attained by myself. I wasn't even settled down to look after myself as well. So I felt that probably once I'm, up on my foot, I think that I was ready to actually handle somebody else as well. So that is when I think Simba came into my life. So once I started with my work career, and that's when I felt like, okay, fine, I think I can handle somebody else as well, and the best option would be a pet.
Yeah.
And that's when, yeah, Simba came into my life. So there was something that kind of I dreamt about, that I always wanted a pet with me, and I did see a family picture with me. So everybody says that you have to kind of actually, live your dream or something like that. So this was one thing I feel that was my dream, and I wanted to live that. So that's how the story of Simba began. His journey was pretty neat. Like, I kind of did a lot of research, right? So I kind of knew what exactly he needs basically. So I started thinking from his perspective, not from my perspective. For me, like, when I'm going out, right, I want him also to come along. I want him to see what I see. So that was one thing that was running in my head. And the second thing was, like, we meet a lot of people. We have social media as well to interact with a lot of people, make friends, socialize. But dogs are something that we don't have any such portal or any platform like that, right? So maximum when you take them for a walk, they see some street dogs, they try to chase them, or they see some home pets and they try to interact with them. So that's the maximum exposure that they got. So that is when, we I met Swami, and then he was doing a small scale training, like one-on-one training. So I had an idea with him, telling, like, why not we start an academy where we it's a training school kind of thing where dogs come into our academy, they get to socialize, they get to play at the same time we train them as well. So it was a kind of a win-win situation for all of us because it didn't require any kind of investment or anything like that. And the whole intention was to give a pet a life that nobody can imagine. So that was the whole bottom line why we actually started this academy together. Our academy is basically, it focuses on obedience training. Like, as the pet grows up, people tell, like, I have this issues, I have that issues, basic behavioral issues. So those things can be corrected as only because they undergo a lot of anxiety and everything, because the first moment is like they're separated from the mother, they go through a depression, people don't know how to handle, they start biting. So that's where teething comes in. So a lot of these small things people fail to understand. So when they come into our academy, I make sure that I counsel them, tell them what it actually takes. So a lot of people, when they come, they don't actually introduce their dog to their homes, they always tie them outside their homes or something like that. But the moment they come into our institute, they get an idea about what it actually and what else they can do with their pets. So they get an idea about that.